coprésidents des tables rondes Action.
Now moving on to the appointment of the co-chairs of the Ocean Action panels. In relation to those panels, as per General Assembly Resolution 78128, the Presidents have appointed the following co-chairs. Her Excellency Mαρίνα Σίλβα, who is Minister of the Environment and Climate Change of Brazil, and His Excellency Stαύρος Παπασταύρου, Minister of the Environment and Energy of Greece. They are co-chairs of the Ocean Action Panel 1 on conserving, sustainably managing and restoring marine and coastal ecosystems, including deep-sea ecosystems.
Excellencies, distinguished ministers, distinguished representatives, ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the delays, but this was due to the procedural order that the UN has in order for the co-chairs to be appointed. So now I call to order Ocean Action Panel 1 of the 2025 United Nations Conference to support the implementation of Sustainable Development Goal 14. Conserve and sustainable use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development on the theme Conserving, Sustainable Managing and Restoring Marine and Coastal Ecosystems, including deep-sea ecosystems. Let me take this opportunity to cordially welcome you all to this action panel. I'm honored to serve as a co-chair, together with Her Excellency Mαρίνα Σίλβα, Minister of Environment and Climate Change of Brazil, who is sitting next to me. Also, I'm pleased to inform the participants of the panel, Ocean Action Panel 1, that Christian Teleki, the CEO of Flora and Fauna, will serve as a moderator, and also that the summary of our discussions here today will be presented to the closing plenary meeting of the conference in the afternoon of Friday, the 13th of June. Before I give the floor to Her Excellency, I would like to say a few words, a few introductory remarks. Obviously, I will be brief because I've been informed that we may be 10-15 minutes late, but we'll keep the 1 o'clock time slot. So let me say the following. I think we've been privileged to have listened to President Macron's speech, President Lula, the President of Costa Rica, the UN General Secretary, so we all have a very good idea about the urgency of the subject matter. I would just like to say a few words coming from Greece. As you know, the sea has been recognized in the ancient mythology in a divine status. It was Poseidon was the god of the sea, and he was second only to Zeus. So from the ancient world, the relevance and the importance of the sea was recognized. Greece, as many other coastal and island nations, for Greece, the sea is something a lot more than a resource. It's a mirror of our history, a mirror of our collective identity. It's an integral part of our civilization, of our culture, and a driving force for the future. And this future is threatened. I would like to focus on actions. So I would like all the participants, together with the description and the analysis that they're going to offer, I think will be very useful for all of us to explore particular actions that we can all benefit from. So first, in my opinion, we must urgently ratify and implement the BBNJ agreement and fully honor and respect the United Nations Conference on the Law of the Seas. Making agreements or making law without action is a missed opportunity. Second, very important, we must build a connected and resilient network of marine protected areas and deploy other area-based conservation measures. Third, we must launch ambitious ecosystems restoration, especially in critical habitats like seagrass meadows, mangroves, and coralligenous reefs. Fourth, we must invest in nature-based solutions to strengthen coastal resilience and marine biodiversity. One such example from our neighborhood is the conservation of our Posidonia oceanica beds, the so-called Mediterranean tapeweed, that has a very high carbon absorption capacity, being able to soak up to 15 times more CO2 every year than a similar-sized piece of the Amazon rainforest. Fifth, we must foster a blue economy. I think all the speakers in the morning identify that. A blue economy that is biodiversity positive, advancing sustainable fisheries, ecotourism, and maritime circularity. Sixth, we must leverage technology, from AI to early warning systems, and boost ocean literacy to empower the next generations of stewards. Greece formally ratifies today the BBNJ agreement and would urge others to follow. And today our Prime Minister, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, will be announcing the establishment of 2 new marine national parks, which their establishment will be allowing Greece to surpass the 30 by 30 target. We do all this not out of recognition, but out of responsibility. Esteemed delegates, the future of marine ecosystems depends on our collective resolve to act decisively, to act inclusively, and to act now. The ocean has for too long silently observed our carbon, our pollution, and our indifference, but it cannot absorb our inaction. Let this panel and this conference be the moment we stop pondering the problem and start actively solving it, urgently, together, and with resolve. And it's with great honor now to give the floor to my fellow co-chair for her opening remarks. Thank you.